Okay, guys, we're gonna paint in your hand flowers today, or your flowers that you made using your hands. And when we color them in, notice when I colored in with my crayons that I did not color in all the way. I left space. If yours is colored in too thick, you're gonna have a hard time getting paint onto your paper. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna take a little bit of water on my brush, just plain water, and I'm just going to brush around the sky a little bit. I go around my cloud. And stay away from your flower. You don't want to go into your flower, but you can go over your sun. Okay, because our flower is going to be a different color, so I don't want to get it. I don't want to get water in there because the water is going to help the paint spread. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to get a little bit of blue, and I spin, 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 holding my brush in the middle, spinning on the side. I'm going to go in here, and the water will help your paint move around your paper. Get a little bit more water, spin, spin, spin. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to paint, and I'm going to carefully, oops, I went over that spot, that's okay. And see how it puddled right there? I'm going to use that puddle, but I want to go over my sun, and see how my sun pops right out? So I'm going over my stuff. And now when I finish that, I go all the way to the edges. I don't leave any white spots. Okay, down in here. And I'll move around. If it's real dark, I'll pick it up from one spot and I'll put it over on another spot so it looks even. Okay, and I'll keep doing this with the blue. And once I'm done with the blue, and I paint all the way to my horizon line, that's the other thing. And then I'm going to go in next with my next color, and only the sky is the only one I'm putting water down first, because the sky there's a lot to paint in and the water helps you move around, and that's called wet on wet, when you're painting wet onto wet paper. So now my sky is done, and I'm going to paint my flower red. Okay, and you can see from the example how this turned out, because the example on the web page, and see how I'm using just the tip of my brush, just the very tip. I'm being very careful. And I go out from the outside in towards the middle. Okay. And I'll keep going. And it helps to go from the outside in, and then I kind of follow the outline of the flower. Okay. And then I'll do my grass last with my green. I clean out my brush. I spin, spin, spin. And I'm going horizontally this time. I can get all that green out of there. I might want to take a little bit more green and go down the flower. And do the leaves. Last but not least, I'll use a little purple. I'll paint in my mountains. And there you have it. I can even take my brush and kind of get in here. There we go. And there it is, wet, and then you can see the final version dry on the web page. And that's our last step before we mount them to take them home.